Welcome back to the Welcome back to the Filoil EcoOil 16th Preseason Cup, where it all begins. For those watching us right now, you guys can check us out on Facebook and YouTube by just typing Filoil EcoOil Sports. Again, this is Nico Rocha, joined by my partner, Coach Melo Navarro. The last game of the 4 games Tuesday slate here in the 16th Preseason Cup. And ngayon yung matchup natin, Coach Melo, the number 1 seed, DLSU Green Archers, shooting for their 8th win, while the St. Clair Saints are currently second and in the same group as well with 4-1, searching for that 5th win. So, Coach Melo, what can we expect here in a battle between two juggernauts in the Filoil tournament?
Coach Topex Robinson, and of course, he really wants to show dominance dito sa ating tournament. And ito namang St. Clair Saints, they want to pull off a surprise and be the first team to defeat itong undefeated na De La Salle Green Archers.
And yun nga, no, like St. Clair, they also have a foreign student of their own, so he can match up with the Titans that La Salle is employing on their lineups. And you can check here on the team standings. Perpetua still number 1. Tapos a while ago, Arellano already dropped to 0-7 after that matchup against San Beda Red Lions. And ito nga sasabi natin yung battle of 1 and 2. Who would have thought, right?
Yes, itong St. Clair Saints is grouped dito sa ating mga UAAP teams, no, along with the CEU Scorpions, the Faith. Pero now, they're really surprising itong ating tournament by beating yung mga UAP teams.
De La Salle Green Archers 7-0 nga, and I couldn't forget about the various highlights a while ago, but we'll see you guys for the start of the last game here.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. Live from the Filoil EcoOil Center in San Juan City. This is our main game of our quadruple header. Day 16 of competition of the 16th Filoil EcoOil Preseason Cup. It's the game between the St. Clair College of Caloocan Saints versus the undefeated De La Salle University Green Archers. And now let's meet the starters first for the St. Clair Saints. Small forward number 23, Rick Acosta. Power forward number 5, Luis Capeno. Center number 57, Babacar Ando. Point guard number 0, Aaron Estacio. Shooting guard number 44, Ryan Sewell. Head coach for St. Louis Saints is Gindino Manansala. And now let's give it up for your De La Salle Green Archers. Small forward number 18, Francis Escandor. Power forward 42, Benjamin Phillips. Center number 9, Raymond Cortez. Point guard number 5, EJ David. And shoot guard number 24, Mark Bodoy. Head coach of De La Salle Archers, Mr. Thomas Watson.
We're starting fives here in the battle between the first and second seed for St. Clair.
For St. Clair, they're starting with Estacio, Suwal, Angeles, Endong, and Acosta.
Well, for the De La Salle Green Archers, VJ David, Raven Cortez, Francis Escandor, Mark Nonoy, and that's Ben Phillips. Just waiting here for the tip-off dito sa last matchup ng ating Tuesday 4-game slate. Filoil EcoOil Sports live at San Juan. You guys can watch this live by going to the venue. They are selling tickets or online via TicketNet if you want to buy tickets for the future games. And since mag-June na, magsisimula na rin yung playoffs after, I think, 2 weeks, Coach Melo.
Yes, ano, we're approaching yung itong post-elimination round natin. Ano, and I'm sure itong St. Clair would like to make a statement and be the first team to beat itong De La Salle Green Archers.
Yun nga, they only have 1 loss to their record opening game up against Adamson Falcons, but from there they tallied 4 straight wins. Will this be the 5th, or will La Salle shoot for 8? All are with the Saints, a team not to be messed with.
Early in the ball game, itong St. Clair Saints running that elevator play, but La Salle was able to defend that and score quickly via Mark Nonoy. Ano, talagang outrunning everyone.
And si Mark Nonoy, Coach Melo, has found new breath of life right now with Coach Topex Robinson.
And I think perfect combination sila ni Coach Topex, ano, because yung game ni Mark Nonoy is almost pattern din kung ano yung playing style ni Coach Topex.
Oo, back in the day. And actually, nakilala ko si Coach Topex for his playing more than his coaching. So, nung nakita ko si Mark Nonoy playing under Coach Topex, nagets ko yung rason ba't siya bumalik sa La Salle.
I had the privilege to work with Coach Topex Robinson and he was still with San Sebastian and dun sa Lyceum. So I really saw kung paano siya magpatakbo ng team, how he's a player's coach. So talagang lalabas yung laro ng mga players. The trust and yung freedom that he gives dun sa offense.
And Mark Nonoy with that fall away shot. Hitting the side of the rim, La Salle with a 2-point lead. Nakasimula pa lang naman natin dito, but I can sense that it's gonna be an incredible ball game here. Considering that iba yung yung ego kapag top 1, top 2 sa standings.
Speaking of ego, David right there not allowing St. Clair Saints to run their ball screen defense, snatching that ball and finishing that in the break.
VJ David, one of the mga unheralded stars or rotation players right now for La Salle, coming out of nowhere.
Speaking of somebody coming out of nowhere, yung foreign player ng St. Clair, Endong, showing us that he can handle the ball and finish it.
And si Babacar Endong was supposed to play actually sa Asia Basket for one of the teams there, but I think nagka-visa issues lang kaya di natuloy. But if that team had him, for sure he would be a big boost. Good thing St. Clair has Babacar and Dong.
Speaking of a big boost, itong Lasal, really naka-booster mode dito sa start of our ball game, scoring 6 points already. And makikita mo dito yung kanilang perimeter defense. Really high percentage and not allowing the ball to go middle.
Defense by Lasahio forcing a deep 3 for St. Clair, but that's no problem. That is Ryan Sewell showing his Steph Curry range.
Ryan Sewell, is one of those guys also na I had the privilege to work with back in high school. So galing din yan ng San Sebastian. Talaga nung high school yan is one of those guys na makikita mo talaga buong-buo yung loob.
Kita na buong-buo nga yung loob, and that's a foul called on the Green Archers.
It's nice to see him in this big stage playing right now.
And I actually got to watch the St. Clair Saints play in the different tournaments that happened before Philo, and I could say that these guys are for real. Hindi sila, wala pala sila sa UAP NCAA, but that doesn't mean that their roster is strong. It doesn't mean that their roster is not strong, rather. They're a formidable squad and can keep up with the UAP NCAA teams, that's for sure.
Well, that's the essence of our tournament. It's about finding new talents and yung giving the other programs an opportunity to play against itong mga schools from the NCAA and UAP. And with the way St. Clair has been playing, they're really turning heads.
Aaron Estacio with a shot in the earlier play. Mark Nonoy again for his 4th point.
Speaking of turning a lot of heads, really Mark Nonoy, very impressive under Coach Topex Robinson. We saw him we saw yung potential ni Mark the previous years in the UAP, but really right now, he has blossomed to one of those stars for Lasal.
Iba talaga yung nabibigay ng confidence sa head coach. We tell your players, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Yung ganung feeling, maganda talaga, and especially for their development.
Si Coach Topex Robinson telling the referees na kinikage yung players niya.
St. Clair with another 3. Will this go in? It's all net. That is the same guy, Ryan Sewell, for his 2nd 3-pointer in the 1st quarter. Starting off hot. VJ David counters with a 2, tying the ball game for the Archers and the Saints.
One thing that I love dito sa St. Clair, they're not intimidated by the presence and yung aura nitong undefeated team natin in the tournament. So it's really interesting kung paano mag-respond itong Lasal because they're used to pressuring teams. They're used na natataranta yung kalaban nila when they're employing that press. But right now, showing a lot of poise itong St. Clair.
Definitely. Mark Nonoy pulls up for 3 instead. Hits the side of the rim. The ball goes back to the white shirts. Halfway mark in the 1st quarter. Kita natin kanina, mga ilang beses rin nagbaba ng bola si Endong, no?
That's a luxury for Coach Genino Manansala to have your big guy bring the ball down because it's gonna release the pressure from the guards. But you see right here, David creating another turnover for his team. That's the value of having him in your lineup. He may not score much, pero yung dinadala niyang intensity on defense, yung kanyang leadership. So really valuable for Coach Topex Robinson.
From what I remember last year, Penny Estacio was ahead of VJ David's rotation. But now VJ David is in the starting lineup is dito sa Filoil. Nakita naman natin what kind of defense he brings to intensity and the stability he brings to the guard spot for the Green Archers. Raymond Cortez with a shot there.
That was a good pass from Francis Escandor, reading the defense of St. Clair that time, giving it to his rolling teammate.
First time out called by Coach Topex Robinson. They talk things out. See you guys after a bit.
back at the first quarter of this ball game where DLSU is up by 2 points. From the moment Saints entered the arena a while ago, the mission had begun. There was no way they were backing down, and they wanted the Green Archers to experience their first loss in the tournament right on their hands, especially with the absence of their team captain, Jimboy Estrada. In their last game against CU last week, he committed a disqualifying foul which resulted to a 1-game suspension. The close fist contact limited him to only play 8 minutes in the first quarter, but he is expected to return on their next game against the Bulldogs. That's all for now. Back to you, Nico and Coach Melo.
Thanks for that report, Daph. And yun nga, no, hinaharap natin kanina sa si Jimboy Estrada, and there you go, she answered it for us. There was a disqualifying foul in the previous game. That's why he's not here right now on the floor up against the LaSalle Green Archers where they need him at the most. But of course, no excuses pagdating sa mga ganitong laban.
And St. Clair, looking good without their team captain. Although I'm sure Coach Nino Manansala would really want him badly to be part of this ball game. But sabi nga natin, he needs to make do with who's ever available for this game.
Okay, and kita naman dito, St. Clair is keeping up with LaSalle in the first quarter. Just holding on to a 2-point lead. Kuya Ben Phillips with a spin move. Secured by the white shirts. And talagang planado ata na si Endong yung nagbababa ng ball. And I think this is the 4th time na binibigay talaga sa kanya.
This is one of the ploys of Coach Janino Manansala. Because every time the guards are pressuring yung backcourt, medyo talagang mahihirapan because of the athleticism and quickness itong LaSalle. But as you see here, yung guards lahat nasa front court na. And it's the big guys putting it down.
I like the strategy so far. Very unique. Is that the third 3 for Sual? No. But it goes back to St. Clair. Kasi, di ba hindi tayo sanay na makita si Malik Diouf or Joseph Abasa na nagbababa. But ito si Babacar, talagang hinihingi niya. And yun talaga yung plano nila. We can see it from the coaches that, okay, diyan ka.
Well, if you're playing a team this strong as LaSalle, you really have to pull some tricks out of your bag.
Time up by St. Clair Saints. See you after a short while.
Official Alphabet, Flash Express, and News.
Back here in the Filoil EcoOil 16th Preseason Cup, the last game dito sa ating Tuesday matchups. LaSalle with a slim 2-point lead over the Saints. This is Nico Rocha with Coach Melo Navarro bringing this game live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on cable TV, Solar Sports.
Coach Janino Manansala really showing yung kanyang sense of urgency in this ball game, not leaving everything to chance and calling this timeout for the inbound play. But LaSalle, their defense, the long hands really bothering itong St. Clair Saints.
And checking the ones who are on the court right now for LaSalle. Kevin Kiambawas checked in, EJ Abadam, EJ Goliena, Mike Phillips, and Penny Estacio. So a platoon substitution for the Green Archers, while for St. Clair, papasok sina Drick Acosta and Megan Galang, the leading scorer for the Saints.
For Coach Janino Manansala, he has the luxury of a dribbling center. Dito naman kay Coach Topex, the depth of his bench really causing problems para sa kanyang mga kalaban dito sa ating tournament. And as you see here, yung second group arguably could be equally stronger or baka nga mas malakas pa dun sa first group niya with Ben Phillips and Kiambao in the game.
There's a reason why the Saints are number 2 dito sa UAAP bracket. Kasi garunin natin ng ating organizers. Kita natin dito yung foul ni Aaron Estacio on Penny Estacio. Not sure how they are related, but we will find out later.
Coach Topes is asking for a challenge here. He's talking to our referees.
Another look. Coach Melo. Sabitan ba? Ano? May extra ano ba?
That hold, ano? That's what he wants to take a look back again. Itong medyo konting may hawak eh.
May extra motion. Well, from that angle, mukhang maybe the momentum. Bakit naggaganon yung kamay? Pero let's see, tingnan natin. Waiting on the referees here what the decision would be. Score is 12-10, stoppage of play.
This is one thing that talagang kilala si Coach Topex Robinson. He's protecting his players. Talagang hindi niya papayagan na, alam mo yun, every time he sees something unusual. Pero yun nga, on this play, on that angle, it looked like a normal basketball play.
Pero dito naman parang hinila using the left hand. So hirap talaga. It's really hard to call plays like this in real time. Buti na lang we have the director, the crew here for our instant replays. Thank you so much for that. Coach Topex with just a warning for resentment to the call.
So I think it will just be a regular foul.
Wala namang unsportsmanlike na hand signals dito. Sabi ni Coach Topex, nila daw sa likod ng ulo eh.
From the angle that we've seen, it looked like a normal basketball play. Medyo na-aggravate lang because Estacio was hit somewhere in the head, at the back of his head.
Alam mo naman, delikado lagi kapag natamaan sa ulo. But play resumes here with the green shirts in the possession. There, Kevin Kiambao through hitting the back iron.
Kevin Kiambao has been impressive all throughout this tournament. And really pinapakita niya sa atin yung developed outside shooting niya.
And si Kevin Kiambao making and taking a lot of threes this summer. And everybody dito sa Lasal given the green light ni Coach Topex to shoot the three. Even Bright Nuwangko. From last year, we didn't see him make at least take an attempt for three. Pero dito, lahat sila nabigyan ng green light to shoot as long as you're open.
Well, that has been the system naman of Coach Topex. That freedom on offense. Talagang ang non-negotiable dyan sa kanya is yung effort mo on defense. So for as long as you're playing defense, for as long as you're helping your team out, so no problem with him if you're taking your shots.
Number 35, Rayson Kane, the foreign student athlete for the Saints. Checking in, bothering Kevin Kiambao there. You can see that he's a lengthy player, a tall player, but looks like he can keep up in the perimeter. Just giving a bit of weight to Kevin Kiambao, who's well-toned now compared to what we saw from him last year in the UAAP. Another foul on, well, it's the first foul on Kane.
Kevin likes this matchup. Nakikita niya na he has a little bit of advantage with heft dito sa foreign player ng St. Clair. So it's interesting to see, kasi bihira ko pa nakita in this tournament si Kevin to go in the post. So maybe right now, they would see that mismatch and go to him in the post.
Tinitingnan pa nila, minimeasure pa nila yung kalaban nila eh. Let's see how they perform here. Kiambao drives over the defense of Kane, getting fouled. Not sure if that's 2 free throws.
And less than 30 seconds itong si Kevin Kiambao, proving to me na hindi lang heft ang lamang niya dito, even the speed, showing us right there that he has a quicker first step.
Kevin Kiambao, I had him before in my podcast and he mentioned that their new coaching staff, yung strength and conditioning nila, si Miguel Aitona, Team Nutrition, are the reasons why they are well conditioned right now for the tournaments. One of our fans here.
And we also covered tong si Kevin, He also mentioned na one of his pre-game rituals is eating 4 boiled eggs. So ayan ang isa daw sa sikreto ni Kevin.
Iba na talaga healthy, na talaga. Lahat sila following a system by their conditioning staff.
And speaking of conditioning, hindi rin naman papahuli tong St. Clair, They're able to keep up with Lasal in this ball game. They're just down by 3.
Kita nga natin dito yung shot ni Kane. May range rin pala. So gulat rin tayo what St. Clair can do, especially with their student athletes. Foreign student athletes rather.
so far, no, St. Clair Saints showing us na they're not 4-1 by accident. They really,
Kakatas nga lang, oh, Coach Melo.
I really admire the poise and the class that they're showing against the undefeated Green Archers.
They do not care who they're facing. And that's what I love about St. Clair. They will bring the fight to you whenever they can. The game is now tied. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left here. Kane kicks it out. Fade away shot, airball with Phillips right there to get the board.
That was a tough shot for St. Clair. And ito naman ang Lasal. They're really gonna make you pay if you take those kinds of shots. And kasi once they're able to get the rebound, the same thing with St. Clair, itong mga bigs ng Lasal can also bring the ball down. So it's gonna be very hard also for St. Clair to pressure itong Lasal in the backcourt.
Ayun na nga, no? Nag-pressure yung Lasal doon.
Look at that, ano? No dribble na for Estacio, giving that forward pass to Kevin Kembao, scoring with the right.
Iba talaga yung conditioning na DLSU right now. You see the speed from players we don't usually see from last year. There you go, yung sinasabi natin. Mike Phillips has the green light to shoot that. How can you improve if you don't take those shots, right, Coach Melo?
And you can only just imagine, the problems that he will create if he's able to consistently knock down those shots.
Pressuring defense by Estacio. Broken by St. Clair. And that should be a foul on the Green Archers.
Right here, Estacio was a little aggressive. Our referee seeing contact downstairs. Pero if you have a help defense like Michael Phillips, you just have to play honest defense. Kasi alam mo na even maiwan ka, there's somebody who's gonna protect the rim for you.
Richard Victoriano at the line makes the first free throw. That's our courtside reporter, Daphne Cristobal, bringing you the latest news right now here in the Filoil EcoOil gym with some fans enjoying the festivities here.
Talagang focus na focus si Daph in our ball game, bringing us mga inside information from our teams.
Victoriano is 2 for 2 in the charity stripe, tying the ball game.
This has really turned out to be a great ball game for us. I'm sure a lot of people are expecting LaSalle to break away in this game, but St. Clair showing us na what they are made of.
That could have been a sweet pass from Mike Phillips to EJ Abadam. Kinapos lang yung Pectus.
He got surprised also right there. Na open kasi siya. Sometimes the hardest shot to make is yung pinaka-open ka.
Mike Phillips getting fouled there as he went up.
This is a very nice baseline inbound play for Coach Topix Robinson. You see right there, Michael Phillips playing decoy muna. And then that's the misdirection. And the flare screen was set for him. And there's nothing really you can do pag ganun na siya kalalim.
Mike Phillips coming from Gilas Pilipinas duty. At daming nanonood dito ngayon sa sa ating arena dito sa San Juan. Especially pag mga Lasal games, papansin natin mas marami nanonood sa live stream and of course dito sa venue natin. 1 for 2 for Mike.
So you can see, this is really the ploy of St. Clair, having their center, their foreign student athlete bringing the ball down.
And it's working so far. That is Acosta. Drick. Wide open si Drick dun, no?
It's an unorthodox way of breaking the press, but if it's working, it's working. So the shooters of St. Clair really showing us na they're not bothered by the long hands of the LaSalle defense.
They now have the lead over the Green Archers. Full court pressure for LaSalle. Victoriano.
St. Clair easily breaking up that pressure of LaSalle. And here are they again on the attack. That's a nice pick and roll play. Just couldn't make it.
Phillips getting the rebound. He's running. Kiambao. Portugoliena is an offensive foul on LaSalle. So LaSalle not getting the breaks they want.
Oh, right there, yeah. He was not set for that screen. He moved a bit, kaya natawagan ng offensive foul on that last sequence.
On EJ Abadam. Kane bring down the ball. Ganda makakita ng ganun. No? It's your tallest guy on the floor bringing down the ball.
That's really yung modern basketball na tinatawag natin. We could see it everywhere, all over the world. Those big guys playing like a guard.
You gotta love seeing that. Kane fakes the three, drives. Look at him glide to the rim.
He might have escaped the travel right there, but nonetheless, it was a very beautiful drive for him, but he gets a foul right here.
I believe that's his second foul, Coach Melo.
You see here again, over two LaSalle defenders.
And Mike Phillips is a really athletic guy. For him to blow by Mike Phillips, it's something. Racine Kane.
He's being celebrated by his bench. Talaga namang playing well in this ball game. He's just gonna have to be back on the bench while nursing two fouls.
They got a boost definitely from Racine. Going back to the bench, giving St. Clair a 3-point lead, now to 2 after that EJ Abadam free throws. 3 seconds left to go here at the pick ni Mike. Balik sa St. Clair with no more time left here in the first quarter. Score is 20-18. So we can see here, first quarter highlights natin.
Yes, Mark Nonoy started hot in this ball game, but St. Clair having answers to that LaSalle run. Itong sila Suwal making their threes. And as we see here, the nice pass of Francis Escandor. Very good read on that ball screen. And then another three-pointer for St. Clair. They seem to love the corners. Itong talking about St. Clair team.
See you guys for the second quarter. Back here in the second quarter between the number 1 seed LaSalle, currently 7-0 up against St. Clair Saints, 4-1. This is Nico Rocha joined by Coach Melo Navarro here in the second quarter.
St. Clair Saints leading this ball game by 2 at the end of the first. And one thing that's really working for them is their three-point shooting. They are now 4 out of 8, while LaSalle is 0 out of 5.
And that's a strategy they want to employ if they want to win this ball game. If they keep this up, we might see an upset, and you can see that block by Babacar Endong.
Itong Babacar Endong talagang nagpapakilala in this ball game, showing us that it's not just Michael Phillips, not just Kevin Kiambao, who can give us mga electrifying blocks.
And si Babacar Endong currently averaging 2.6 blocks a game, and also the number 1 in steals for his team with 1.4. So you can definitely see from those stats that he's the leader when it comes to their defensive prowess.
Warnings being called here on Kevin Kiambao and Endong.
May mga extra things that are happening right now. Di pa na-inbound yung bola. Kevin Kiambao called for an offensive foul, and we can say that maybe St. Clair's getting to his head early in the first half. Buti
Yes,
na maaga pa naman.
Little mind games being played here by both teams. That would have been another good press break for St. Clair. Unfortunately, yung kanilang big man who's been successful so far in bringing the ball down, but this time around, shuffling his feet. And ayun, kita natin, that's a turnover for him.
Good thing LaSalle has a mobile big as well in Mike Phillips to keep up with Endong. Kevin Kiambao can shoot a 3, but he's caught dancing to the wrong song. Turnover on the Green Archers.
Kevin needs to settle down here. Now, so far, I think he's being challenged dito sa mind games na binibigay sa kanya ng St. Clair.
20-18 is our score here. Lot of stoppage plays. Here comes Endong getting Phillips in the air. Phillips recovers, gets the block. Here comes LaSalle and they're running.
The timing and the basketball IQ of Michael Phillips. And this is it right here. Sinasabi natin, Kevin needs to settle down because mahihirapan siya if he's playing mind games with his players. He just needs to play his game.
This recovery from Mike. Capping it off with a Kiambao 3. You don't want to leave him wide open, giving LaSalle the 1-point lead. Timeout on the floor. Back here in the De La Salle game up against the St. Clair Saints. The undefeated #1 seed. With St. Clair trying to stop that.
St. Clair not getting a warning for improper bench decorum. They were asking for a foul on the last block of Michael Phillips.
And Dong giving it to his guards. St. Clair has 5 seconds to work with. Suwal. Mid-range jump shot is good. Init ni Ryan Suwal so far in the first half, already having 8 points.
That is not an easy shot to make. That is over Kevin Kiambao.
Another traveling call on De La Salle. They couldn't find their form so far here in the first half.
I was about to say earlier that the switching defense of LaSalle is working for them, but Suwal right here breaking down the perimeter defense of Kevin Kiambao. Very impressive for this kid.
St. Clair, a team that should not be underestimated. They only have 1 loss in the UAAP group here in the Filoil EcoOil Preseason Cup. And Dong gives it to the 3-point line. Another 3! Coach Melo!
St. Clair right there was very patient on their half-court offense. They run a little horns action right there, leaving their wingman open for that 3.
TJ David to CJ Austria to Bright.
What a play!
Slamma jamma for Bright Nwanko.
We have to give credit to CJ Austria who made that play possible. There's also one guy na I think is seeing limited action for LaSalle. He's coming off an injury.
Babakar Endong. But I think it's a foul on the Saints.
There's the foul. It was a foul before the gather, so it's just gonna be a sideline inbound for St. Clair.
15 seconds on the shot.
They get another chance here with 15 to go. 2-point lead for the white shirts. Endong is up against Jonel Policarpio. Using the Endong screen, pull up jump shot. There you go, using the board. That is Aaron Estacio.
The confidence of St. Clair, playing ball screen and taking their shots even even with the hands of a LaSalle defender. So far they've been doing good with their pick and roll offense. And as you see here again, another big confidence three by Sual, although he missed that time.
Of course, he has all the confidence, already making 2 3-pointers. Policarpio with his defender pulling the chair on him. I think that's Sual pulling the chair. Yeah, blocking foul. He knows that Policarpio.
Ayun,
Oh, yun na nga, has an advantage on him.
I think John might have escaped with the defensive foul right there. But again, si Sual kasi was not yet set eh. Medyo gumagalaw pa yung paa niya that time. So he was called for a blocking foul.
Giving up the size and height advantage. Jonel Policarpio makes the mid-range shot. Cuts the lead to 2 again. Endong is running. And St. Clair taking their time here. Endong is up against Nuwangko. Estacio, this time for 3. Hits the back iron with Nuwangko skying for the board.
You can see on the screen, the coach Zimino not happy with that last shot. It was off a handoff and malayo masyado eh. But again, LaSalle, this is their the 7th turnover already for LaSalle in this ball game. As you see right there, yung the screen of Policarpio.
Medyo ano eh,
It was a moving screen.
Moving screen kasi. Endong gives it back to one of his guards, Aaron Estacio. Estacio up against the defense of a VJ David.
There's the motion offense again of St. Clair ending up with a top ball screen. Let's see what happens here.
Bitawa lang ni Estacio, seeing that Bright was there.
He was waiting for the defense to rotate. He was looking for that drop pass. Talagang he just lost the ball that time.
27-25 is your score. 6 minutes 18 seconds left. VJ David with Nico Angeles on him. So Bright Nuwangko screen is called for a foul. He was just standing there, says Coach Topex. But the referee's word is always final. Ito na nga, yung sinasabi ni Coach Topex. What do you say, Coach Melo? What do you have to say there? Was his feet
Coach
set?
Topex might have a case right here, ano?
Technical foul on De La Salle head coach Topex Robinson.
It's actually rare for Coach Topex to be called a technical foul, considering he's one of the most composed coaches that we have in the Philippines right now. But not in that instance.
If I'm not mistaken, that's already the 3rd or 4th offensive foul call right now on LaSalle.
You can sense his frustration there. He has a point, definitely. St. Clair makes a technical free throw. Lead is back to 3 here. Medyo na-throw off dito yung LaSalle, no, with how the pace of the game is going. So far, this is the style that St. Clair wants to play.
You have to give credit to St. Clair also forcing LaSalle to play a highly physical game. Ano? And ito namang LaSalle, they just need to calm down, they need to settle down and just play their usual game, which is playing tough defense and pushing that ball. As we see right here, that's the 3rd stop for David in this ball game. Same place, same action, ano, denying that middle penetration of the ball screen.
You can always associate tough defense with VJ David. Great stop right there for the green shirts. Nuwangko feeding Waki Manuel. Manuel gives it back to Policarpio. Austria driving, getting bothered, and that should go back to St. Clair. Great defensive stop by the Saints.
The offense of LaSalle, a little tentative right now. Again, they just need to settle down, do the things that has been working for them in the last 7 games, and kumbaga, wag silang madala dun sa pace and dun sa physicality ng ball game.
So far, they still have no answer here for Babacar Endong, doing the ball handling duties for the white shirts, getting a foul on his defender here. timeout by Coach Topex Robinson. See you guys after this short break.
No Nelly, no problem, as everyone from the Green Archers are capable of stepping up for the team. But as per the coaches, they couldn't disclose any information yet onto why team captain Evan Nelly will be missing today's game. In connection to this, Rael Melencio will be supporting the team on the sidelines to recuperate from a knee pain injury. Since the playmakers of the Green Shirts will be missing piece in today's game, let us see if they will complete the 5-game winning streak of the Saints. Ligon Coach Melo.
Thank you for that report, Daphne. And yun nga, there is no Evan Nelly. And Evan Nelly, the #1 assist man here in the Filoil 16th Preseason Cup. So, it's really hard to replace a guy like that.
Ramdam na ramdam ng Lasal ngayon yung absence of Evan Nelly because they're struggling to go dun sa kanilang mga points of attack. Usually Evan is the guy setting up the pace for them, setting up plays, telling his teammates where to go. So ngayon makikita natin who is there to step up in place for Evan Nelly.
And Evan Nelly averaging 9 assists per game for the DLSU Green Archers. Also their team captain. So both team captains wala for St. Clair and De La Salle.
It's interesting how the guards of LaSalle will answer the challenge.
Good take foul there on the Saints, not wanting to give La Salle that fast break opportunity.
Number 25, Nico Angeles. First personal foul, second team foul
pa lang naman ng St. Clair. They can afford to make those type of plays to stop La Salle from scoring.
That is a good way to stop itong LaSalle from getting momentum in this ball game. Since we know that they're struggling on half court, might as well not allow them to run.
Endong with another block. Good thing Joaquin Manuel was there to recover it. Too strong on a 3-point attempt.
It's really hindi talaga tayo sanay na makita both of the big guys pressuring each other in backcourt. So it's really something fresh for us.
Definitely. A 3-pointer by St. Clair. Short hits the iron. Jonel Policarpio with a snatch rebound. Here he comes. He's running. Feeding Joaquin Manuel. Wide open for 3. No good on that one. Recovered by CJ Austria and getting fouled in the process.
That was a better that was better transition offense for LaSalle right there, recognizing their shooter in transition. And makikita natin ngayon they're settling down. Yun yung maganda sa kanilang yun. Now that they have Mark Nonoy back on the court, so Coach Topex, as you see here, he wants more balance and more stability sa kanyang offense.
But another steal on the Saints. So far, namimiss nila yung presence ni Evan Nelly when it comes to table setting for his teammates, no, Coach Melo.
But this guy right here, David, playing a very good defense so far.
And Dom kicks it out to one of his teammates. There you go, no problem. That is Luis Tapeño.
From St. Clair Saints, playing with a lot of confidence and playing with a lot of fire. Talagang they want to send a statement dito sa ating tournament by being the first team to beat itong De La Salle.
Babacar Endong forcing Bright to a turnover. 5-point lead for the Saints here in the first half with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Full court ngayon ng La Salle. But no problem, says Endong. I'll break that easily.
And he gets another foul from Policarpio. I believe that's his second.
penalty. Third personal foul on Jonel Policarpio. 2 free throws, Babacar.
Kita natin dito yung traveling that's called on right a while ago na ilang siya.
That's a clear travel right there. He moved his pivot foot before putting that ball down.
Ayun na nga. Endong missing the first free throw. He gets another try. All net on that one. Wala masyadong ball rotation but it works, no? Yung pag-ikot ng bola, bagal lang eh.
He's really showing us that he has the handles, he has that shooting touch. So So, complete package din itong si Endong.
Nonoy attacking the defense of Endong, getting hit. He heads to the line for 2.
Yan yung dilihensya na tinatawag natin. Ano? Mark Nonoy using his speed to get the first foul of Endong.
Mark Nonoy heads to the line. The fearless Mark Nonoy. Should be his final year with De La Salle.
Really one of the guys na talaga nang aasahan ni Coach Topex to bring not just offense but stability dito sa De La Salle Green Archers.
And with no Evanelli, a lot more will be expected from Nonoy and of course Kevin Cambao as well.
Yeah, the long hands of Kevin Cambao bothering the inbound pass right there, causing the turnover and allowing Mark Nonoy to hit this three-pointer.
Mark Nonoy definitely has improved his shot making, especially from 3.
That's already the 7th point of Mark Nonoy in this ballgame.
Offensive rebound by St. Clair with Ben Phillips taking that foul, trying to stop that shot.
Merong slapping action doon, you know. Would have been a great defense on Ben, but he put his hand down, forcing the referees to call that foul.
First shot is good for Luis Tapeño. One for 2 in the trip to the line for Tapeño. 3-point lead for LaSalle. Sorry, for St. Clair.
What a step back three-pointer for Mark Nonoy.
Wow.
That's the second time he's done that in this tournament. It looks like he's really able to add that move in his bag. And what a beauty to watch, you know, Mark Nonoy.
That's a highlight. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Sagot agad ng St. Clair. That's Acosta countering that Nonoy 3. Cambao.
Sometimes, those kinds of shots, it boosts the morale of your team. Talaga makikita mo ngayon, their energy is off the roof para dito sa LaSalle. That's the value of having a Mark Nonoy in your team.
Nonoy utilizing the Cambao screen. Nonoy, that was a wild behind the head pass for Nonoy.
That's too much of wanting to get a highlight for Mark Nonoy.
Again, whenever Mark Nonoy is on the court, you can expect highlight plays from him every time he touches that ball.
Suki ito sa hoop junkie.
Definitely, suki nga. Ikaw pa atay nag-call nun last time, Coach Melo. But sabi ni Drick Acosta, I want my own highlight. 2 straight threes for Drick.
Wow.
PJ David over the outstretched arms of Baba Carendong. Lefty finish pa.
That is not an easy shot to make for EJ David. That is over the outstretched arms.
Good stop by Ben Phillips on Endong, resulting to a turnover. Ball goes back to the green shirts.
That's really going to be the problem, These big guys, no matter how good they are in handling the ball, iba pa rin yung natural point guard mo, yung nagbababa ng bola. Kasi lalo na right now, yung pressure of the game and yung physicality is picking up. So it's really an uncharted territory para dito sa ating mga big guys.
I think that's a holding foul on St. Clair.
A lot of action right here. Another foul away from the ball was called by referee Jess Boras.
Penalty ng LaSalle. St. Clair rather, that's why LaSalle is headed to the line for 2.
And that's the foul away from the ball called on the defender of Mark Nonoy. That's number 25, Nico Angeles.
And si Mark Nonoy, the one doing all the scoring so far for LaSalle, at least the most consistent guy for them right now.
Well, he really needs to pick up his scoring in this ball game because his team is struggling, and they're missing the services of their number 1 shot creator and the passer in Evanelli.
And that's why you have Kevin Cambao right there. It's a matter of getting him going. So far, we haven't felt much of KQ's presence here.
But this is interesting for Coach Topix Robinson running a 1-3-1 zone with Kevin Cambao on top.
Ben supposed to finish that one overcame it, hurting himself, but Kiambao with a putback layup, so let's see if Ben is okay. Hopefully he is.
So you see here the nice forward pass from Mark Nonoy, the good challenge from St. Clair, and the cleanup job from Kevin Kiambao.
Kita natin dito parang naipit ata yung right there.
Oh.
Parang may naipit ata. But I think Ben should, well, he subbed out already. Mike Phillips in.
Look at the length of this LaSalle zone defense. Really bothering the passing lanes of St. Clair.
Mike was there ready to contest the shot by Megan Galang, the leading scorer for the Saints. Palakas na ang pasa ni Nonoy to Phillips. Could have been a dunk, easy layup. But the ball goes back to St. Clair with 56.8 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Another wasted opportunity for De La Salle. It would have given them the lead. As you see them right here again, running that 1-3-1 press from the half court.
Pasa ni KQ, getting that steal, a sorry miss. Good thing he recovers it.
The adjustment of Coach Lopez. He sees here St. Clair putting a big guy assigning itong St. Clair putting the ball down. And ang nilagay naman niya dun sa head nung kanyang trap is also another big guy, Kevin Kiambao.
The right place at the right time, receiving that pass, making that three, gives LaSalle the 2-point lead against the Saints. A three-pointer for St. Clair is an air ball.
So far, the zone defense of LaSalle is working wonders for them. That's their third stop already.
Medyo nagigising na ang LaSalle, Coach Melo. Phillips almost losing the basketball, trying to finishing over his defender, no good, natapik. St. Clair with 2 seconds to go, he's trapped. And that's the end of the first half. 40 for the De La Salle Green Archers up against the St. Clair Saints with 38. A tight ball game, a battle between the first seed and the second seed. See you guys for the halftime break. Currently here at halftime, a battle between the first seed and second seed 40 for the DLSU Green Archers up against the St. Clair Saints with 38. Kita natin dito, Coach Melo, no? It was a back and forth affair between the both teams.
But the St. Clair Saints, no, winning dito sa intensity battle natin. They're really engaging LaSalle to a highly physical game, and it's working for them so far. What we see there, yung layup ni Kevin Kiambao and this nice drive by St. Clair. But so far, yun nga, no, LaSalle has yet to settle down. Pero yun, grabe pa rin talaga. That highlight step back three-pointer of Mark Nonoy.
Nonoy. And actually, LaSalle was training for most of the game. For those tuning in, they just had a run of their own. That's why they were able to get 2-point lead over the Saints. Checking here the halftime stats for both teams.
Both teams shooting a 46% in the field. LaSalle having an advantage dito sa rebound, 21 against 14, as well as in the assist department. They have 4 more assists as compared to St. Clair. Dito sa steals also, they have 5 steals as 3 to St. Clair. Pero itong turnovers, St. Clair forcing 1 more turnover than LaSalle. But the story really of the ball game here is St. Clair playing a highly physical game, and itong LaSalle has yet to respond dun sa binibigay na challenge itong St. Clair.
And so far, LaSalle, they have the 2-point lead. But alam mo, nakangapapa sila pagdating dito sa St. Clair. Checking here the leading scorers, Mark Nonoy with 12, VJ David with 9, and KQ with 8. Tapos naman sa...
For St. Clair, Costa with 12, Sual with 8, and Nagalang with 4.
So yun nga yung ating mga leading scorers dito, and yung St. Clair, they're not shy shooting it from beyond the arc with 7 3-pointers. And checking here the updated team standings a while ago, yung game natin, Arellano Chiefs falling to 0-7 when they face the San Beda Red Lions right in the middle of the pack for Group A. LaSalle sitting pretty at number 1, but St. Clair Saints want to give them the fight, and maybe even giving them their first loss. After that, you'll never know.
St. Clair here now showing us why they are number 2 in their Group B. Talagang able to bang bodies with LaSalle and making big shots as well.
And not to mention, Coach Melo, their big men bringing down the ball. A strategy or a tactic we haven't seen in a long while. Third quarter has started. 40-38 is our score. The ball is with St. Clair. Pull a mid-range jump shot off to the far left.
Good defense on LaSalle, forcing that tough jump shot.
Endong meeting Abadam at the top, but getting called for a foul. EJ heads to the line for 2.
As you see that nice forward pass. St. Clair was late right there on their help defense. So LaSalle is now in the line for 2.
Abadam makes the first. Our basketball fans here enjoying this really tight game between seeds number 1 and number 2. 2 for 2 in the charity stripe is EJ.
This is the full court press of LaSalle. Talaga, keeping St. Clair guessing. Minsan, they're sending the double. Sometimes they're just running and jumping. So talagang yung mga adjustments ni Coach Topex dito on defense.
And Dong able to create space there, but getting fouled by Mike Phillips after getting his own miss.
You love the maturity that Mike Phillips is showing right here. As soon as he got called on a foul, he's telling his bench and his teammates to settle down and use their not allow yung psychological advantage to be given to St. Clair.
Definitely a veteran already with the DLSU Green Archers. On his 3rd season, I think, Mike Phillips.
Our crowd bothering the free throw from behind, from the background.
Kitang-kita na. At least dito sa upuan natin.
Those are the actions na talagang makikita mo kapag andito ka with us live.
Yung 6-man ng DLSU. Great stop there by St. Clair. They're running back to Endong, using the board to shoot. Cutting the lead down to 2 is Babacar Endong. And that should go back to St. Clair after hitting the leg of EJ Abadam.
the LaSalle Green Archers. This is really not their game, they're playing the pace of St. Clair.
Oh, I don't think you can do that. It should go back to LaSalle. There you go. Kasi nasa labas na yung mag-i-inbound na sana. Nagpalit sila ng kung sino mag-i-inbound. And that is a turnover. You can't do that. Nagpalitan sila Ayun na nga. Outside.
I think you can only do that if it is off a basket.
Off a basket. Hindi pwede yung may nandun na sa baseline tapos may papalit.
Because that was off a turnover.
Kiambao takes a step back three. Good thing EJ Goliana was there to get the offensive board. VJ David tries, no good. Secured by Luis Tapeño.
LaSalle so far is 4 out of 11 in the 3-point line for today's ball game. Usually they've been scoring very well from the 3 points.
Definitely. Part talaga ng strategy nila. Endong. How often do you see Mike Phillips getting pushed around just like that? Endong having his way.
Endong turning heads in this ball game, showing us that he's one of those guys that you should watch out for.
David and Phillips. Oh! Losing the ball mid-air. Lucky break for LaSalle. That is Suwal.
He got bothered by the defense of David. As you see here, that strong move from Endong. Out-positioning itong si Michael Phillips.
Again, we don't get to say that often. Apadam getting hit by Suwal, and I think Suwal is stepping on the line. Ball should go back to the green shirts.
Suwal trying to make up for that missed opportunity on fast break on the other end.
Apadam gives it to Kevin Kiambao. Phillips drives, attacking the defense of Endong. He heads to the line for two.
LaSalle now going to their strengths, which is playing high percentage half-court offense. As you see right there, they found Mike Phillips on the high post, and now he's able to get the third foul of Endong.
Short on the first free throw. These fans are not happy. They might be not sure who they're cheering for, but you guys can also come here and watch for yourselves. Mike makes the second. 1-point lead for LaSalle.
There's the 2-1 press of LaSalle. Imagine having Mike Phillips on that second line. Talagang a big guy blocking the driving lane.
Drive by St. Clair. That is Aaron Estacio. Creating space mid-air.
That's a good read for Estacio. Recognizing that LaSalle defense is not allowing that middle drive. That's why he forced that baseline drive.
Mike wants an ISO. You can see him telling his teammates to give him some space, but not successful in that time against Babacar Endong.
He wanted to get the fourth foul of Babacar that time,
Estacio up against David. Tapeño about to give it to his teammate, but getting tipped by LaSalle.
Austria is back in the ball game. Again, this is one guy na galing sa injury and nagsa-start pa lang ulit buuin yung kanyang rhythm and confidence.
Drive by Estacio on Goliana. Ball goes back to the white shirts with just 2 seconds to shoot. Let's see what they do here.
If you're LaSalle, you have to switch all those back picks. But Coach Nino Mansala will call a timeout here. And again, not leaving anything to chance.
St. Clair, Coach Gino Manansala thinking of an after timeout play. See you guys after this short break.
With the confidence and trust given by Coach Gino Manansala to his team, Babacar Endong of St. Clair College is now playing as point guard for the team. As per Coach Gino, he has been training Endong to develop his agility, decision-making, and leadership inside the court. Malaki daw ang tiwala niya na all-around player itong import nila. Moreover, the Saints would live up to its ideals, facing the unbeaten with no fear. With more than a quarter left, we can expect more desire to win for this team. Back to you, Nico and Coach Melo.
Thank you for that report, Daphne. And yun na nga, no? It's a really tight contested ball game here. We don't know what's gonna happen. And having a guy like Babacar Endong at least gives you some safety net.
And he's above his average already in terms of points. He's averaging 3.2 and he now has 7. So talagang stepping up sa challenge na binigay ni Coach Genino.
And I think it's a foul on LaSalle. First foul on EJ Goliena. Luis Tapino heads to the line for 2. Short on the first.
Sayang yung mga ganyang opportunities if you're St. Clair. You're able to get a nice play off the timeout. But missing both free throws, that's gotta hurt for Coach Genino.
0 for 2 with St. Clair clinging on to a 1-point lead. Phillips to Goliena, who cuts at the right time.
Nice play by LaSalle, running that a double down screen. Having Michael Phillips as the anchor of that offense, talagang kitang-kita niya everything on the floor because of his height.
And ito something we can appreciate about Mike Phillips. He can also facilitate. Para siyang secondary playmaker nila rin, no? That's Megan Galang for 3, answering the EJ Goliena 2. St. Clair back on top. Another cut by EJ.
Whoa!
Good thing Phillips was there to clean up the miss. Phillips fouled by Endong.
That is big. That is already the 4th personal foul of Babacar Endong. But as you see here, that 3-pointer from Galang, very big for St. Clair. Ayun,
You can see that Luis Tapeno was trying to say, hey, I fouled him. He wants to prevent that fourth foul on his teammate.
But it was clear in that replay na may hawak si Babacar.
Good on the first is Mike Phillips.
Mike Phillips, as soon as that foul was called, he looked at his bench signaling, Coach, 4 na yung bantay ko. So he really wanted to get that 4th foul.
They're really hunting that matchup.
Because Babacar has been causing problems for LaSalle. Talagang bringing the ball down, scoring, bothering shots. So let's see how St. Clair will respond with him on the bench.
Maganda sa St. Clair, Coach Melo. You can see here 7 points for Galang, 8 for Suwal, Endong 7. So kalat yung scoring nila.
Really balanced scoring.
Oo. Mid-range jump shot is no good right there for Megan Galang. David to Austria. Gives it back to Goliena, who's up against Kane, and he's called for a traveling.
That's a clear travel. Coach Topix Robinson telling his player that to settle down and not rush.
Right, Nwangpo about to check in for Mike Phillips.
That is well-deserved rest for Michael Phillips. Not only did he get the 4th foul of the foreign player of St. Clair,
Yeah, si Endong, no?
Endong, he also made sure that LaSalle is in this game.
Definitely. But Racine Kane is a good backup. Look at that Kevin Durant fadeaway jump shot. Very reminiscent of the NBA All-Star, at least in the form. Medyo mataas ata yung pasa ni KQ doon to Bright.
Di nagkaamuyan that time. Bright was expecting KQ to already take the shot.
Nagulat siya na naging lob. Pull up mid-range. It still works. That is Aaron Estacio.
What a gutsy shot by Estacio over the outstretched arms of David. He couldn't get anything to go in that half-court offense, and Estacio deciding to take matters into his own hands with that 3-pointer.
Actually, mid-range. Long 2 for Aaron Estacio. Now having 8 points under his belt. Checking here the leading scorers for St. Clair. Only one guy in double figures. That is Acosta. Tapos the rest, 8, 8, 7, 6. Ganda ng ikot ng bola pagdating sa St. Clair. Joaquin Manuel gives it to Bright. He could have taken that shot, Coach Miller, right?
It's too unselfish. And that time, another case of overpassing. But that's how you break a zone. You really need to be able to make that penetrating pass in the middle.
14 on the clock for the Archers. Joaquin Manuel with Kane on him. Penny gives it back to Waki for 3. Air ball on Joaquin Manuel. Si Waki wala pa atang sa score for LaSalle.
He's having a quiet ball game so far, for the Green Archers.
Same for CJ Austria.
And he's been playing limited minutes in this tournament, so it's interesting to know kung anong situation ni Waki. He could be nursing an injury also.
But there you go, he answers with a 2 of his own. Tying the ball game for LaSalle.
He looked perfectly fine on that layup.
Okay naman pala. Saul gives it to Aaron Estacio up against Penny.
They're calling their horns play, but the LaSalle Green Archers not allowing those bigs to set the ball screen.
A 3-pointer for St. Clair. That is Megan Galang. You know he is capable of making those shots from downtown.
That is already a broken play for St. Clair. The shot clock was already at 2 seconds. And a big break for them.
Let's see how LaSalle counters. Mark Nonoy getting blocked at the top by Racine.
And Racinos, he has words for Mark Nonoy.
I wonder anong sinabi niya kay Mark Nonoy, no? Ngiti si Nonoy, eh.
And I wonder if he already knows how to speak Tagalog.
Could be. That could be one of our questions to Daphne, if Racine could speak Tagalog.
I won't be surprised kung sinabi niya na sa'yo yung takbuhan, sa akin yung talunan.
Foul called on Ryan Suwal.
A veteran move right there by Mark Nonoy, fishing that foul on Ryan Suwal.
Not sure if that's 3 free throws or 2. Nonoy heads to the line for... Wow, that's 3 freebies. Mark Nonoy. Three shots for Mark Nonoy. All net on the first.
The LaSalle supporters are very happy with that free throw by Mark Nonoy, but they are still down by 2 in this ball game.
May konting kaba siguro yun, no? Coach Mel, of course, undefeated kayo and you haven't been tested in a long time like this. I think the last time they were tested like this was when they faced the UP Fighting Maroons. But these are the challenges that they want, right? They don't want it to be easy.
Because we all know it's gonna be a different story once the UAAP starts. And also, if you're LaSalle, ayaw mo talaga na yung puro blowout games.
Agreed. Coach Topex is really heated coming into the court.
He's fuming mad, telling the referees that St. Clair was holding the jersey of Estacio.
Coach Topex is thrown out of this game. And you can feel for Coach Topex fighting for his players. And that might just be the spark they need.
So we see here, that is the hole that he was
Hinahawakan daw.
wanting.
And Coach Topex, that's the reason why he's really mad.
And that happened right in front of one of our referees. So let's see how this De La Salle team will continue on in this ball game without their head coach.
Really a heated battle between the number 1 seed up against the 2nd seed here. LaSalle trying to keep their record pristine.
Technical free throw for Megan Galang.
Megan Galang heads to the line for the technical free throw a while ago with Coach Topex. having some choice words for the referee. Makes the first and giving St. Clair the lead once more in this ball game. And nahawakan talaga Coach Melo no, after that replay that we saw a while ago.
But looks like Coach Caloy Garcia will take over the coaching job for this ball game for De La Salle.
Mark Nonoy gets the steal. Great stop there by the green shirts. Nonoy, there you go, attacking the basket. And one opportunity for Mark Nonoy.
That is the perfect example that speed kills. Mark Nonoy stepping on the gas, leaving Ryan Suwal and finishing with his right.
And if I may add, Ryan Suwal is also an incredibly fast guy. So Mark Nonoy just going from first to fourth gear in that drive to the basket.
That is the type of fire na iniwan ni Coach Topix Robinson for his players. I'm sure every time your coaches are fighting for you, magta-translate din yan ng intensity ng players on the court. As we see right there, grabe, Mark Nonoy.
Sometimes, minsan talaga yun ang bubuhay sa players mo, especially when it feels like you guys are lethargic or something. But, of course, they'll miss a Topix Robinson, but having guys like Coach Caloy on the bench, it's really a luxury.
La Salle not only having a deep player roster, pati yung coaching staff. You have their Coach Caloy Garcia, Coach JB Season, Coach Oliver Bunyi. Really, mga head coach caliber din talaga, So, what a luxury for these players to have. These types of coaches are with them every day in practice.
St. Clair countering every punch La Salle is making. Nonoy, a deep three. Bright was there, and the ball is going back to St. Clair.
It is St. Clair's turn to run their yung kanilang zone defense, and so far it's been working for them.
Suwal facing the defense of Mark Nonoy. Kane up against Joaquin Manuel.
Showing us the handles itong si Kane,
Incredibly long athletic forward for St. Clair, and that is traveling on the white shirts. Balik sa La Salle ang bola.
Coach Denino here telling Suwal, swing that ball. Because the defense of La Salle was excellent that time, sa perimeter, not allowing St. Clair to get past them.
Drake Acosta, Nico Angeles checking in for St. Clair Saints. Raven Cortez for La Salle. KQ asking for it in the middle. He gets it, push shot on KQ, there you go. Kevin Cambao.
We've been talking about that high post, that's very deadly against the zone.
Foul on CJ Austria.
Number 16, CJ Austria. First personal foul. 14 foul for the Green Archers.
La Salle is one foul away from the penalty.
St. Clair here, the big man bringing the ball down again. Wants to isolate itong si Kevin Cambao.
Ngayon ko lang rin na-realize na yung number ni Racine Kane is 35. Baka idol niya siguro si Kevin Durant. We have to ask him that question. But he makes that shot, giving St. Clair the lead once more. Penny Estacio trying to answer back, but air ball.
He's playing like KD and being defended by KQ.
A lot of KQ's KD. But St. Clair definitely has two great foreign student athletes in their roster.
You have to give credit to Coach Dinino Manansala, challenging the defense of Kevin Cambao, Michael Phillips, Ben Phillips, putting his foreign players in the perimeter right now.
Kane attacking that one, air ball of his own. A kick out by Austria to Estacio, hitting the back of the rim.
That would have been big for La Salle. Makikita mo talaga na medyo nag-aalangan pa tong si CJ Austria,
Naipit dun si Nico Angeles, resulting to a turnover. back to DLSU.
I've seen Austria play when he was still in high school. Yung mga ganong open court, that would have been a layup already for him. But makikita talaga natin, he's still adjusting.
And si CJ Austria, coach, wala pang nasuscore. Only 1 rebound and 1 assist. Turnover by VJ. Euro step. Kicks it back out. St. Clair has 17 to work with. Kane for 3. At babalik sa St. Clair.
One of our very good friends, long-time assistant coach of Coach Sopix Robinson, who is now the head coach of CU Scorpions, is watching this game. Coach Jeff Perlas, I'm sure doing his homework as always. One of the most hardest working coaches we know.
Siyempre, research din. 5-second infraction on the white shirts. Back to LaSalle. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. This is Nico Rocha joined by Coach Melo. Bringing this game live. Balik pa rin sa LaSalle after that offensive rebound. They're swinging the rock around. Austria driving, getting fouled, and he should go to the line for 2.
Makikita natin on that last sequence yung LaSalle moving the ball, waiting for that zone defense of St. Clair to have a gap, and ito nga si CJ Austria recognizing that the baseline was open, he attacked it that time.
Mark Nonoy already having 17 points here. Joined by Kevin Cambao with 10 points and 2 rebounds. VJ David with 9 points and 6 rebounds. CJ Austria, this could be his first point. Di pa rin. I think na-announcers jinx natin. Second shot is good. 1 for 2 in the charity stripe is CJ. His first points in this ball game.
Another guy na sobrang saya na makita si CJ back for the LaSalle. Is actually my dad, Nandi Navarro. He used to be the coach of CJ in high school.
Kita niyo siguro how CJ has progressed so much in his career, in his young career rather.
Ang hindi ko lang sure kung turo niya yung free throw.
Baka naman. VJ David for 3. Short, and it's a tie ball game after the end of the third quarter. 57 for the De La Salle University Green Archers up against the St. Clair Saints. Checking here some of the highlights of the third. Babaka Rendong and Aaron Estacio. Tres nila, no? Coach Melo with Mark Nonoy trying to keep LaSalle afloat. Kasi parang sila yung naghahabol, no? Dito sa St. Clair. See you guys for the fourth and final frame of this game. Here in the fourth quarter, a battle between the top 2 seeds in their respective groups. LaSalle up against St. Clair. Tie ball game. This is Nico Rocha joined by Coach Melo Navarro. And I'm excited for what's going to happen here.
The LaSalle Green Archers continuing this ball game without their head coach. Coach Sopix Robinson has been thrown out of the game. But Mark Nonoy right there, giving a sense of balance and alam mo yun, yung telling his teammates to relax. I got this.
Gonna see Mark Nonoy definitely one of the stars of the Green Archers. Suwal for 3. That's his third 3-pointer for Ryan Suwal.
Speaking about stars, ano itong si Ryan Suwal showing us that he has the qualities to become one of the collegiate stars dito sa Pilipinas.
Mike Phillips getting that EJ Abadam miss. Phillips still no good, and a tip, and look at that extra effort for Mike Phillips.
It's just too big and too strong. Ano? Michael Phillips, he had 3 white shirts around him that time, but still getting that rebound and the second chance opportunity.
At yung motor, Coach Melo, no? You can't teach that eh.
First jump, second jump, third jump, pareho lang eh.
Kahit 15th jump pa yan, nandyan pa rin si Mike Phillips. 3 attempt by the Saints, recovered by Kane. Suwal, another 3. Short on that one, but Racine was there to recover. 10 seconds to work with is St. Clair. Estacio driving the bump, and he goes to the line for 2.
That is a nice half-court set for St. Clair. It started out as a horn setup eh. And then nagkakaroon ng, we call that the Iverson cut for the wings. But they're recognizing na denied yung passing lanes. So they play that one-on-one on top. And Estacio, very good breaking down the defense.
Nakalusot sa defense ni VJ David, which is no easy task. Considering David is one of the stoppers for LaSalle. 0 for 2 in that trip.
The good thing about that half-court set of Coach Genino, busy yung 4 other players setting screens on the weak side eh. Kaya walang help na makuha yung perimeter defender.
Sorry, miss on that 3 by Kiambao. And ball goes back to LaSalle. Here yung 3-pointer ni Kevin Kiambao. Almost going in kung pwede mo lang bigyan ng 1.5 points yan. But no.
It's also the 4th personal foul of Kane in this game.
Oh, 4 fouls on Kane, 4 fouls on Endong. So ingat dapat yung pag-manage dito ni Coach Genino.
And I think that's all on Michael Phillips. Ano? Talagang siguro masarap din ang tulog ni Michael mamaya. 2 yung nagmasahe sa kanya in this ball game.
All throughout from the opening tip.
For the second infraction of improper bench decorum.
St. Clair being called by a technical foul here for second infraction of improper bench decorum. That is big.
Kevin Kiambao will head to the line for the technical free throw.
Yung mga ganitong tightly contested ball games, every free throw matters, ano?
There you go.
And if you're LaSalle, when it matters the most, so far very consistent for them, Kevin Kiambao.
Definitely. And everything starts with Kevin Kiambao since they have no Evanelli to play make for them. Kevin Kiambao for 3, too strong. Recovered by St. Clair by number 23, Drick Acosta. Estacio, your steady guard with Francis Escandor on him. Actually, Francis Escandor, we haven't seen him in a long while. He's back on the floor for LaSalle.
He made a good pass earlier on the pick and roll, ano, and made some stops.
Lying foul on number 40, Michael Phillips. Second personal foul.
There's the second foul on Mike Phillips.
You saw in that last frame, ano, in the absence of their team captain and leader Evan Nele, Michael Phillips stepping up, being the vocal leader on the court for De La Salle. But this St. Clair team, ano, Estacio,
It's Aaron
really
Estacio.
giving the perimeter guys of LaSalle a problem.
Kahit sino ibaton ng LaSalle kay Estacio, he's able to break the defense down. And again, another great stop for St. Clair.
That's courtesy again of Estacio tapping the ball out on the drop pass of David to Michael Phillips.
Racine
And
King.
ito, all throughout the game,
Yes, all
it's
throughout
been
the
that
game.
big guy bringing the ball down for St. Clair. An interesting sight to watch in this ball game.
It's actually nice to watch it as scene Kane. May mga shades of KD, yung at least yung galawan niya eh. No? But AJ Abadam quickly converting for LaSalle, wasting no time. Giving them a 2-point lead.
That's a nice left-hand finish off the break for Abadan. Giving LaSalle a 2-point lead. Ito na naman yung isolation on the top. Very good read again for Estacio.
Crafty ni Estacio, no?
He's not one of the quickest guards we have here in the league, pero yung mga basa niya dun sa defense.
At maganda yung pag-fake niya using his whole body when it comes to throwing off his defenders.
For all the guards watching right here, you don't have to be the quickest, pero you really have to be able to read the defense properly if you want to break it down.
Ayan na si Babacar Endong checking back in after sitting down for a long time since he has 4 fouls.
If you're LaSalle, you want to go to Michael Phillips and the sequence.
Point lead for the #1 team and the only undefeated squad in Filoil right now.
Ryan Suwal bothering David on that play.
BJ David.
Nice
feeding
pass.
Escandor, napalakas na. Good thing Phyllis was there. And that should be, I think, the 5th foul of Endong. Let's see what the official call is. Ayan na nga. That's his last foul. 5 fouls on Endong, and he should go back to the bench now.
That was on cue. We talked about LaSalle going to Michael Phillips to get the 5th foul of Endong, and he gets it right there on that play. But before that, napakagandang pasa underneath to Francis Escandor, but he was bothered by the presence of the bigs itong St. Clair. Good thing Michael Phillips was there to clean up the job.
Too strong on that first free throw. And yun nga, no, this is the same role that Phillips played with Gilas. And sobrang kondisyon niya facing a lot of top-tier competition dun sa SEA Games. So, ibang klaseng kumpiyansa na dala niya dito back with De La Salle sa Filoil.
That is a kind of experience na talagang very valuable, especially in the UAAP when the pressure is higher pagdating na doon, so it will really help the cause of LaSalle.
Janelle Policarpio back in for the Green Archers. 3-point lead, 6 minutes and 17 to go.
He's also one guy na medyo matagal nagpahinga, no? Ito si Policarpio.
Is at the post. Drives, I think stepping on St. Clair. That is Megan Galang.
Kanina pa yan, LaSalle really trying to play that no middle defense. And this time around, nakoral nila yung driving St. Clair player.
Mark Nonoy with a usual guy on him. Ryan Sewell and Nonoy attacking the defense. But the verticality rules in that possession.
16 seconds on the shot.
That's the second time that Mark Nonoy was able to blow by Ryan Sewell. Just couldn't get the basket on that last sequence.
Wow, knockout play on LaSalle. Now a 5-point lead. Not sure if this is their biggest one so far.
Excellent baseline inbound play for LaSalle. The defense of St. Clair caught napping.
Sewell, and that's a foul on St. Clair.
It's going to be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on number 13, Aaron Mexicano. Third personal
Natin
foul.
dito, moving screen pa.
Ayun hinabol eh.
For the waist offender.
That is Aaron Decano.
Timeout, St. Clair Saints.
Timeout on St. Clair as they try to talk things over. See you guys after the short break.
Back at the last quarter of this game, our score is 67-62. St. Clair College obviously did their assignment for this game, and so the consistency of the Green Archers will be tested in the last few minutes of this game. With Coach Topics missing this final quarter, the Green Shirts are boosted to use this as a fuel and closing out strong on this match. During the huddle, the atmosphere seemed all equipped. All game faces on, ready to bring home the win and secure a 9-0 record. Let's see about that, Nico and Coach Mel.
Yung sabi ni Daphne. And thank you so much for the report. And LaSalle wanting to finish strong and dedicate the win to their coaches at the lockers right now.
And you have to give credit also din to Coach Nino Manansala. Tama yung sabi ni Daphne, doing their assignments. Really finding the gaps and yung mga matatawag natin na not really weakness but yung mga room for improvement on that LaSalle defense. They were able to attack all those points dito sa game na to.
Wow! That Mark Nonoy 3 from 27 feet.
That is going to hurt Coach Nino. He called the timeout right there. LaSalle ball, he wanted to design a defensive scheme, but Mark Nonoy taking matters into his own hands, shooting that three-pointer.
22 points for Mark Nonoy. Sagot rin agad. St. Clair, that's Megan Galang. Hindi nagpapahuli.
Yeah, this guy, Megan Galang, showing us that he has a decent touch on the three. Pang-apat na yata niya yan in this ball game.
Escandor short on that three-point attempt. Racine Kane is back for the Saints. Kane with Abadam on him. No problem for Kane as he breaks through the defense.
I think Kane is a natural wingman. You know?
Kita.
Could really put the ball down. Very good finisher.
Escandor drives. There you go. Finally, Francis Escandor. First 2 points of this ball game.
Miscommunication on defense for St. Clair. Nobody helping out right there on the baseline for the Francis Escandor drive.
Claire Anastasio with Escandor on him. Now with KQ switched. Kane asking for it. Pulls up for three. All board on that one. Secured by LaSalle and the ball is with Mark Nonoy.
Mark Nonoy setting up the half-court offense of LaSalle.
Pulling up again is Nonoy. Getting trigger happy on that one. And he says sorry to the bench. Let's see how St. Clair counters. A three! That's Megan Galang once more. What was a 7-point lead is cut back to 2 again in a matter, I think, just a minute.
St. Clair really showing us what they're made of. Showing us class, showing us composure, trading baskets with LaSalle. That's not an easy thing to do.
Leader Coach Melo, and good thing for LaSalle, they have a steady presence like Jonel Policarpio. Calmly putting that basket a while ago. Four-point lead for the green shirts. We got 3 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Coach Janino calling here the fist play. Looks like it's an isolation play on top.
Suwal with Policarpio on him. Step back three. Too strong. Michael Phillips crashing the boards.
That would have brought the house down, for Ryan Suwal. A step back three. And as we go right here for LaSalle, Michael Phillips. He loves this post. Kanina pa niya hinihingi yung bola dyan
Hunting niya, but this time Kane reads it perfectly. Kane, easy layup for Racine Kane. Timeout by the DLSU Green Archers as they try to talk things over in the last 2 minutes and 34 seconds of this game. Back here in the last game of our Tuesday 4-game slate. DLSU clinging on to a 2-point lead up against the St. Clair Saints, the second seed in their group. This is Nico Rocha, joined by Coach Mero Navarro. We're up for a cardiac finish here in the Filoil EcoOil Center in San Juan.
See here, Mark Nono, you know, he will be tested. If he's going to be the closer for LaSalle in this ball game.
Phillips. He's back to Austria. Policarpio with Kane on him.
What a nice
Policarpio,
move.
there you go.
That was a sweet move right there for Policarpio. Not rushing things, you know, finding his options and getting that best shot possible.
Bring the lead back to 4 for LaSalle as they try to add more cushion. Last 2 minutes here, and a block and a stop by LaSalle.
That was a good defensive possession for LaSalle.
Policarpio,
Oh.
Jonel Policarpio, being the main guy they're relying upon here in the 4th. 6 straight points for Policarpio.
We mentioned earlier na matagal nagpahinga tong si Policarpio. He was quiet all throughout this ball game, but coming alive. What a way to come alive dito sa ating last 2 minutes.
Definitely, and the heartbeat right now of LaSalle is Jonel. Pull-up shot, air ball, Policarpio with the rebound. You can see here LaSalle taking their time. They know they have a 6-point lead. They don't want to waste that.
LaSalle forcing 2 tough shots, no, on St. Clair. And oh boy, this guy,
Not sure who.
Policarpio, really getting alive, coming alive itong ating 4th quarter and taking over in this LaSalle offense.
It's a foul on Aaron Estacio on Policarpio. Parang tinago siya, no? Magic bunot ni Coach Caloy. Since Coach Topex, just like we mentioned a while ago, is in the locker room right now after getting ejected.
You have to give credit again to the defense of LaSalle on those last 2 possessions. Talagang they didn't give St. Clair a clean look to the basket.
Kevin Cambao checks in for Mark Nonoy. St. Clair.
This is interesting for Coach Caloy Garcia, pulling out Mark Nonoy with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Ano, he wants a bigger lineup to counter itong offense ng St. Clair.
Siyempre, di gusto nila tapusin na. They don't want them to score anymore. And these are the 5 guys he relies upon for defense. Rather, look at Cambao.
We're gonna see a highlight
here.
There you go!
Cambao. That's the stamp in this ballgame for LaSalle, giving them a comfortable 9-point lead over the Saints. Kita mo si Coach Ginino, sabi niya, that's your guy right there.
That was big for LaSalle.
Sual, short on that 3-pointer. And Coach Caloy telling his guys to slow down. St. Clair now attempts to foul the guys in green.
And just when you thought that St. Clair had a good chance of stealing this game from LaSalle, now it's already a 9-point lead.
I think we can say here na medyo nakahinga na ang LaSalle. Kasi medyo kinabahan sila doon. That was an incredible finish. Well, incredible ball game so far for us here. Lalo yung mga nanonood siguro.
If you're Coach Ginino Manansala and the St. Clair, you have to be proud of how you played today.
Pero Coach, meron knowing the standards of a Coach Ginino, walang moral victory sa kanila
Yes.
siguro. Ang sa kanya, dapat nanalo tayo dito. And hindi excuse sa kanya na wala na si Babacar Endong. I'm not sure what they're trying to... What's happening right here now?
Coach Caloy Garcia talking to our referees. He's asking for a technical foul because our referee signaled, I think our referee signaled a flop on St. Clair, and if that's the case, that is already the second faking a foul on St. Clair. Our technical team will be
pinag-uusapan nga nila dito ano ba yung final call. here in the last 22 seconds of this game. LaSalle almost out of the woods.
The free throws, Kevin Campbell.
But we proceed with 2 free throws for KQ. Good on the first. Yambao with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists so far. Another all-around game for KQ. And look at Mike Phillips here. 7 points and 17 rebounds in 17 minutes of action.
The efficiency of Michael Phillips. Doesn't have to score for him to be efficient and valuable in your team. 17 big rebounds.
Ryan Suwan there with a right-hand finish. Ang maganda naman dito sa St. Clair, kalat yung scoring nila. With multiple guys in double figures. Fourth personal foul on Ryan Sewell. CJ Austria to the line with 14 to go here. Short on the first free throw is CJ Austria. He's been off the whole game, but the coaching staff trusts him to be on the floor in these crucial moments.
He's a big-time player, itong si CJ Austria. Once he gets his groove back and talagang 100% healthy na, he's another interesting guy to watch for LaSalle. And again, if you're St. Clair, nothing to be ashamed of in this ball game.
And this is a battle that lived up to the hype. 2 heavyweights battling it out in the standings. LaSalle still making their record pristine. 8-0 now for the Green Archers. Final score here, 83-74. St. Clair Saints giving them a scare throughout this ball game, Coach Melo.
This game hasn't been decided until the last 2 minutes. So talagang St. Clair giving LaSalle a run for their money. And as you see right here, the step back 3-pointer of Mark Nonoy.
Player of the game natin yan.
And look at that. Blowing by Ryan Suwal.
Si Mark Nonoy having 22 points. And
most importantly, he took over when LaSalle was struggling in offense. Gave this team the much needed energy they need.
Mark Nonoy playing only 22 minutes, but they were really impactful. One of the main reasons why LaSalle was able to get victory number 8 and stay unbeaten here in the 16th Preseason Cup of Filoil. Alam mo si Mark Nonoy, parang di napagod no?
Light work.
Light work.
Sabi ni Mark, light
for
work
Mark
lang.
Nonoy. And he's just here taking a picture with one of our staff from Kalos, and he really deserves it naman. And dito makita natin some of the game highlights as we have seen yung mga 3-point barrage brought to you by St. Clair and LaSalle.
Ryan Suwal really introduced himself in this ball game, and oh boy, these bigs of St. Clair playing like guards. But the speed of Mark Nonoy again with this step back 3-pointer, that seems to be a specialty.
Parang siya nag-teleport, no?
Yeah.
One of the plays by Babak Endong.
How often do you see Michael Phillips being out positioned? But oh boy, the speed of Mark Nonoy really prevailing over Ryan Suwal. And their 3-point shooting has been great all throughout this ball game.
Ito natin dyan yung mga highlights of this ball game. Again, this is Nico Rocha joined by Coach Melo Navarro. It was an incredible day of basketball here in the Filoil EcoOil Preseason Cup. LaSalle prevailing over St. Clair, 83-74, staying unbeaten. We'll see you guys for the team standings. Muna pakita natin na LaSalle is 8-0. Grabe, they were able to fend off UP, who were also leading heading to the first half in their matchup. Tapos dito ngayon, St. Clair falling to the number 3 seed now after losing against LaSalle. Tapos Ateneo 0-2, Fate Bravehearts 0-6. And that's the current standings right now. We can check on our Facebook page. Again, Nico Rocha here, joined by Coach Melo Navarro. We'll see you guys next time. Good afternoon, and see you.